Hey, Gator fans. Okay, so we talked last week about wanting to see DJ Lagway make some big time strides during spring. And, given the news that has come out in the last few days, that seems like that may have to wait. Billy Napier has told us that DJ Lagway is going to be limited this spring. He is dealing with both a shoulder injury and that hamstring that is still healing up. So I just wanted to pop on here and let you guys know it's going to be okay. I know everybody is probably freaking out hearing about a shoulder injury that most of us really didn't know anything about, and the fact that that hamstring is still lingering months after our last game. So let's talk about it a little bit. We heard that he had a shoulder thing early last year, right? We didn't hear about it ever again after that point, but we heard there was kind of a shoulder thing. Is that something we should be concerned about? From what I am hearing, it's not anything that Gator fans need to be worried about. I'm hearing he's got some tendonitis in that shoulder and that Florida is being overly cautious, which is a great thing. When you say overly cautious, you usually it has some kind of negative connotation, not in this situation at all. I think Coach Napier knows what DJ Lagway is capable of, and he would much rather him be 100% heading into summer and obviously into fall and not risk any kind of just overuse or any kind of potential injury in a shoulder that has been known to get sore over time. So I am totally here for that. I don't think it's something that there's going to be some big news that comes out later about an injury. Like, listen, we heard at the beginning of last season that his shoulder was sore. You saw what he did over the course of the season. Do you think he was playing with a shoulder injury that like needed to be surgically repaired or something? I don't. I think he had a sore shoulder, and that's about it. Hamstring still lingering months after UF's last game is not really something that I'm overly concerned about either. I think that they are taking it slow, building it back up. I think it does show us that, man, what a gamer that he played on such a banged up hamstring in the season if we're now in March and we're still babying a little bit. But I don't have any issues with that. I think UF is being, again, overly cautious because as DJ Lagway goes next season, so goes Florida's season. So I think it is incredibly smart to be deliberate and intentional about how you use him this spring, what kind of use you allow on those body parts. And I just think it's cautious more than anything else. I don't think it's something Gator fans need to be worried about at all. I know you're concerned because when it's your starting quarterback, when it's DJ Lagway, right? Somebody that is on the Heisman preseason watch list, when it's somebody that we're all kind of, hitching our wagon to and we really feel like could take Florida to the next level, that it's concerning to hear. But again, you know how Coach Napier operates, right? We talk about it within play calling. We talk about it within transfer portal moves. Everything is incredibly intentional, incredibly deliberate, and incredibly measured and slow, right? And in an injury case, I think that is totally the way to go. Now, with these same exact, sorenesses or injuries during the fall, would we see him sit out? No, we would see him play. But they're trying to protect his body, trying to get him ready for this season, trying to make sure that he can play, 12 plus games because we're hoping for that plus, right? After that 12. So I just think that that's exactly what they're doing. Doesn't mean he's not in every single meeting, doesn't mean he's not leader of the team in the locker room. It just means they're being cautious because they want to protect, the crown jewel of this team, so to speak. So I actually think there's some positives from this. Some of that is more reps for the second and third string guys. We have had quarterback injuries the last couple of seasons. Think about what happened to Mertz 2 years in a row. All right, guys, just before we go on, I told you about Alumni Hall, and I just want to remind you about them again. They have the largest and the best selection of Gator gear for football that you can find anywhere. They've got top brands like Nike, Jordan, Peter Millar, Cutter and Buck, so many other ones. If you are shopping for Gator gear, you need to be shopping at Alumni Hall. You can find them on Archer Road in Gainesville, or you can go to their website, alumnihall.com. They ship right to your door. Make sure that you are following them for all of the latest giveaways that they do on social media. You don't want to miss anything. We appreciate Alumni Hall for all their support and more to come from them very soon. The situation that we were in Texas when we're going with a third string guy. More reps for the backups is a great thing for a program that has been stung by having to play guys who didn't have a lot of reps. So I think that this is a huge positive. The more reps the backups can get, the absolute better. You know what DJ Lagway is capable of. You know the kind of leader and the kind of player you're getting out of him. What we don't know is the kind of leaders and the kind of players we're getting out of our second and third and fourth string quarterbacks. So let's give them an opportunity to shine. It's going to give wide receivers opportunities to work with other guys so that if, in mop up duty, we got a second, a third, a fourth string guy in, they're used to the guys they're throwing with. There's just a lot of positives from that. I just want to reiterate, it's about being cautious. It's about taking care of DJ Lagway. It's about making sure that next year, everything is clicking on full cylinders physically for DJ Lagway. So let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Is this something that's stressing you out, or do you agree with what Coach Napier is doing here, where you're just, slow, steady, cautious in terms of recovery from things? I want to hear about it down in the comments. And as always, go Gators.